What if one act of loyalty became the turning point of an entire story? What if love held on when everything else fell apart? Ruth's world had collapsed, but her devotion refused to break. In her darkest moment, she made a choice that would carry her into God's plan. A journey of grief, courage, and unexpected redemption begins right here.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy our stories, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. All right, let's dive into today's inspirational story.
In the land of Moab, life had once felt hopeful for Naomi and her family. They had moved there looking for a fresh start, a new beginning during a time of famine. But their hopes slowly turned into heartbreak. First, Naomi's husband passed away, and then both of her sons. In the quiet corners of her small home, Naomi sat alone, feeling the weight of loss in a strange land far from home. But she wasn't completely alone. Her two daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah, still loved her deeply. Even so, Naomi felt she had nothing left to offer them. So one day, she gathered her things and began preparing to return to Bethlehem. As they walked together on the dusty road leaving Moab, Naomi stopped and gently told them, "Go back home. You're young, you can rebuild your lives. You don't have to follow me into uncertainty." Orpah hugged her tightly, tears falling down her face, and slowly turned back toward Moab. But Ruth didn't move. She held Naomi's arm firmly. Her eyes were calm, steady, and full of love. And she spoke words that would echo across generations.
"Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God."
It wasn't just a promise, it was devotion, loyalty, a choice to love sacrificially when nothing was guaranteed. Together, they made the long journey back to Bethlehem. When they arrived, the whole town buzzed with whispers. "Is this Naomi? Has she returned?" Naomi felt broken, empty, unsure. But Ruth stayed by her side, quietly helping her settle into her new life. And soon, Ruth decided to do whatever she could to provide. During harvest season, she went to work in the fields, gathering leftover grain behind the harvesters, something only the poorest would do. She worked from morning until evening, humble, grateful, and determined. What Ruth didn't know was that someone was watching, someone kind. His name was Boaz, the owner of the field. He noticed her hard work, her humility, and her faithfulness to Naomi. When he approached her, his voice was gentle, full of respect.
"I've heard what you've done for Naomi. May the Lord reward you."
From that moment on, Boaz made sure Ruth was safe, protected, and cared for. He told his workers to leave extra grain for her. Ruth returned home that evening, carrying more food than Naomi expected, and Naomi's eyes began to shine again. For the first time in a long time, she felt hope. In the days that followed, Naomi realized what God might be doing, and she guided Ruth wisely. Ruth continued to show character, courage, and purity, never pushing herself forward, simply trusting and doing what was right. Boaz recognized her goodness and chose to redeem her situation in the most honorable way. In front of Bethlehem's elders, Boaz declared his commitment, not just to Ruth, but to Naomi's family line. It wasn't a romantic movie moment. It was an act of integrity, courage, and compassion. Soon, Ruth and Boaz welcomed a son, baby Obed. When Naomi held him in her arms, joy overflowed. The women of Bethlehem gathered and said, "Naomi, the Lord has restored your life today." And truly, he had. Obed grew up to be the father of Jesse, the father of David, the king whose line would one day bring the Messiah into the world. All because one woman refused to abandon love. Because one young widow chose loyalty over comfort. Because one heart trusted that God could turn sorrow into purpose. Ruth's story reminds us that love, kindness, and devotion are never wasted. God sees every act of faithfulness, and He weaves it into something far greater than we could ever imagine. And sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones who simply choose to stay.